In some American cities, $2,000 a month barely covers rent. But in other parts of the world, that same amount can buy ocean view apartments, private healthcare, daily restaurant meals, affordable luxury, and something many people quietly lost years ago: breathing room. And the disturbing part is this: some Americans are realizing they feel wealthier abroad, making less money than they ever made back home. This isn't a list of the world's cheapest countries. Cheap alone means nothing if life feels unstable, stressful, or disconnected. This ranking is about where $2,000 a month creates a life that feels disproportionately comfortable, flexible, modern, and psychologically freeing in 2026. Welcome to 10 Things Now, a growing community that values knowledge, clarity, and real-world insight. 10 Things Now helps you learn faster and think smarter. 10 things you should know, now. And these are the countries where $2,000 a month feels surprisingly rich. Number 10. Indonesia, Bali. Most people think Bali is just a vacation island for influencers and backpackers. But the reality is more complicated. For many expats, $2,000 a month in Bali can unlock private villas, cafe culture, co-working spaces, scooter transportation, tropical scenery, and a lifestyle that feels strangely detached from normal financial stress. And here's the hidden psychological effect. When your surroundings start looking luxurious, your definition of rich quietly changes too. Number 9. Ecuador. People often overlook Ecuador because it rarely dominates global headlines. That's partly why many expats like it. Cities like Cuenca offer mild weather, affordable housing, lower healthcare costs, and surprisingly established international communities without requiring ultra-high income. But this is where people fail. Living cheaply only feels good if daily life still feels stable and livable long-term. Number 8. Colombia. Most outsiders still associate Colombia with outdated stereotypes. But cities like Medellin tell a very different story. Modern apartments, vibrant nightlife, mountain climate living, and lower everyday costs attract remote workers and expats who realize their income stretches dramatically further there. And emotionally, that changes people faster than spreadsheets do. Number 7. Vietnam. Vietnam doesn't just lower expenses. It lowers friction. Many Americans are shocked by how affordable modern apartments, food delivery, transportation, cafes, and daily conveniences can feel compared to major Western cities. When basic survival stops consuming most of your income, your personality changes a little. That's what many people underestimate about places like Vietnam. Number 6. Panama. Most people think Panama is simply a retirement destination. That misses the bigger picture. Panama combines dollarized currency, modern infrastructure, healthcare access, banking convenience, and relative stability in a way many cheaper countries simply can't match. And the impact is huge. Some Americans move there not because it feels radically different, but because life suddenly feels simpler. So far, these countries make life cheaper. But now we enter places where $2,000 doesn't just reduce expenses. It can completely reshape someone's understanding of comfort, freedom, and what a good life actually costs. And once people experience that shift, many never fully think the same way again. Number 5. Philippines. Most Americans expect the Philippines to be affordable. What surprises many is how emotionally comfortable it can feel. English is everywhere, American cultural influence is deeply familiar, and many expats find themselves adapting faster than expected while spending dramatically less. But here's the deeper shift. For some Americans, the Philippines becomes the first place where daily life stops feeling financially claustrophobic. And once that mental pressure disappears, people start reevaluating everything. Number 4. Mexico. People reduce Mexico to cheap living. That completely misses why it ranks this high. Mexico combines affordability with proximity to the United States, diverse climates, healthcare access, established expat communities, incredible food culture, and cities that can feel surprisingly modern. And psychologically, Mexico creates a unique effect. For many Americans, moving there doesn't feel like escaping their old life. It feels like upgrading it without paying American prices. Number 3. Portugal. Portugal exploded in popularity because it offers something people thought barely existed anymore: a slower, calmer, more human-paced life inside a developed Western environment. Walkable cities, healthcare access, safer streets, outdoor cafes, less obsession with non-stop hustle. But this is where it gets interesting. Portugal doesn't necessarily make people richer. It makes many people realize how expensive stress had become. What if true wealth isn't having more money, but needing less money to feel alive? That's why Portugal keeps pulling people in. Now we reach the countries where $2,000 doesn't just feel comfortable. It can make Americans question whether they misunderstood wealth itself. Because the final two countries expose something many people quietly suspect: that financial pressure in some wealthy countries has become so normalized, people forgot life wasn't supposed to feel like permanent survival mode. Number 2. Thailand. Thailand isn't just affordable, it's lifestyle multiplication. Many Americans discover they can afford modern condos, restaurant meals, massages, nightlife, domestic help, healthcare access, beaches, and convenience simultaneously, on budgets that would feel restrictive back home. And that creates a dangerous realization. Some people start wondering whether the version of success they chased for years was actually worth the cost. That's why Thailand changes people. Not just financially, mentally. Before we reveal number 1, notice something strange. Almost nobody moves to these countries because they expect to become billionaires. They move because they want relief. Relief from endless bills. Relief from burnout. Relief from the feeling that every month became a financial emergency. And no country on this list combines affordability, comfort, modernity, and long-term livability more effectively than number 1. Number 1. Malaysia. Malaysia takes the number 1 spot because it creates one of the strongest quality of life to cost ratios anywhere in the world. And unlike some ultra-cheap destinations, Malaysia often feels remarkably modern, organized, and livable long-term. For around $2,000 a month, many Americans can access modern apartments, private healthcare, strong internet, dining culture, shopping, transportation, and international city energy without feeling financially crushed. Kuala Lumpur especially creates a strange contradiction. You can live in a skyline-filled global city without feeling haunted by your own expenses. And here's the perspective-changing insight. The real shock isn't discovering life can be cheaper elsewhere. It's realizing how normalized financial pressure became in places people assumed worked better. That realization changes people permanently. And since you stayed all the way to this point, you deserve a bonus. Here's the bonus fact. Some economists believe the next major migration wave won't be driven mainly by retirees. It'll be driven by remote workers and middle-income professionals quietly relocating to countries where their income creates dramatically higher purchasing power. That's massive, because historically, wealth depended heavily on where you live. But remote work is beginning to separate income from geography itself. And if that trend accelerates, the definition of a rich life may completely change during this decade. So here's the real question. If someone guaranteed you $2,000 a month forever, would you stay where you are now? Or would you build your life somewhere your money actually feels powerful? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you enjoy videos that challenge assumptions and help you understand how the world is changing, check out the other videos here on 10 Things Now, because the next thing you learn might completely change your perspective.